Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the UK LC.
First two games, so close. I was nervous going into it.
Pressure's always going to be there, and you're always going to be like a bit nervous, but it really depends on how the person handles it.
You have the veteran status on Excel. We've seen Sendo play out of his mind.
Before a school exam, people get really stressful and like, oh my god, am I gonna fail? It's pressure, right? So all those competitive games, playoffs especially and stuff like this, it's just like an exam, right? Once playoffs are there, you can't do anything but play the way you played before. Like it's only practice. If you think you're good enough to compete, you're not gonna be as pressured once you're in the game. Like I mean, I'm activated. I feel different than when I'm gonna play a league game or before I play a scrim. It's an instinct, right? People who compete and really want to win and really want to be the best possible at the game, I think are gonna be nervous even after years of playing. But they know how to handle it, so they know it's needed to be good. I was born in Villa García de Arousa in Spain, but moved to Germany once I was 1 year old and grew up here. We moved to Stade, which is a city near Hamburg. We lived in the middle of the city for a few years, but I don't remember that, to be honest, because I was like 2-3 years old or something like that. Then we moved we moved here, which is pretty in the middle of nowhere, so it was kind of chill. So like, it was not in the middle of the city, obviously, and I mean, a lot of grass, a lot of animals, a lot of cows, a lot of just nature, and I don't know, like that's why I had a lot of time to play PC, I guess. I always considered myself more Spanish than German. We spoke Spanish in the house, like in the family. We always spoke Spanish. It's weird. Like for example, when I grew up, I always saw myself like a Spanish. All my family is Spanish, and I was like the Spanish kid in school as well. But I mean, it was not a bad thing. But as I grew up, if I was in other countries, or even if I was in Spain, for example, I was a German kid, and in Germany I was a Spanish kid. Usually, when you hear those like stories about immigrant people who talk about their story like this, they usually say it like it's a bad thing. So there's gonna be something different about me. And I mean, it's not like a big culture difference, right? It's like just small things. So for me, it was never a problem, to be honest.
So do you remember how old you were, or your sort of story of you first getting into gaming in general?
I remember my first console was the Super Nintendo, and I remember playing with my dad sometimes. Street Fighter 2. That was like the first competitive experience, I guess, and he would always beat me no matter what I did. And I was like probably like 6 years old or 7, and I remember every time I lost, I would not always cry, but a lot of times I would cry because I was so angry about losing. But yeah, I mean that got better over time.
Have you always been competitive?
Yes, I always wanted to be better than the other people. So like even in football and stuff, like I remember my first real passion where I really wanted to like get far was football. And I think it started with the World Cup 2006, I think. I just became a really big fan of football, and like I followed the Spanish national team a lot, and then also the German one. And I don't know, like sometimes I would just come home. I just bought a fresh football, and then I would be kicking alone for like 5-6 hours or something outside, just to like get better. The next time I meet with my friends, for example, like every week we would just meet up at school and just play. And yeah, I was always competitive. I had like two best friends, right, who were like playing League together, and like some people from my class as well. Like people were were starting to pick up LoL, and they were asking me all the time, Sendo, can you please download League, play League with us, blah blah. Like every day for like 2 months or something, they were insisting on me playing League of Legends. Literally after 2 months of insisting, and they were like, Sendo, come over, try League, and if you don't like it, just don't play it again. And I came over, I downloaded it, played it, and then I actually didn't like the game at first that much, because I don't know, it was just different from everything I played before. But I just wanted to be better than them, than my friends. I always played to improve, right? But I just saw it like as my duty to like be able to carry them. Even every now and then I flamed them a bit, but not too much. I tried not too much. I looked at myself mostly, and like just always looking every game how to get a bit better, like how to do it a bit better than the last game, every time. So I just kept on grinding afterwards. I started playing in some teams just before finishing school, but obviously I didn't have that much time, and it was also not that serious yet. Once I finished, exactly when I finished school, I got the offer from GT Vodafone, which was with Gaming House, and while recording a program for MTV. So I saw it as like such a big opportunity that I said to my parents, Mom, Dad, I'm gonna go live in Spain now. Bye bye. I really wanted to just try it, and I mean, so far I don't regret anything.
Llamada del destino, ring ring, saltas caen con todos, Sendo, ahora viene el del 2-1, ¡ojo con Sendo, la va a liar, se va a llevar a Taru, Sendo.
My parents had no idea about esports. I competed a bit before already, like it was not like that serious yet. But then with GT Vodafone, it was like a real contract. I was gonna live in Spain on my own for the first time. Like my parents were really confused, but at the same time, they were not like against it. So like, sure, go for it. And so far they've been pretty supportive.
So what was that like being on a TV show that's sort of on a main channel and stuff like that?
I mean, pretty crazy. We had recorded like 3 shows already or something. Then the first show was gonna air on TV, and everyone in the house, I remember that moment in the gaming house, right? Everyone was saying, oh, today's the first show, and like, today's the first episode on MTV, and we're gonna be on TV and stuff. Like, pretty surreal. We all got a popcorn together, so all sat around the couch, and then we suddenly saw the trailer, and everyone was going crazy. Everyone was screaming, oh, we're on TV. Like, everyone was getting really hyped. And, I don't know, pretty surreal. Like, you would see your own face on TV. It's just something surreal, to be honest. So.
Did that change how you were perceived outside the gaming house?
Yes, totally. I remember going to Game Energy, like nobody would recognize me, like nobody had an idea of who I was even. And after being on the TV show, I remember going to some Spanish tournaments and just queues and queues of people wanting photographs from us. And like, I remember just going through the event, and if one guy would stop me for a photo or an autograph or something, everyone else would stop me. And I could not move away from the place for like 10 minutes or 15 minutes or 20 minutes, depending on how many people were in the event.
Did you enjoy it?
Yes, because I only had positive experiences with it, right? Like if it's not really extreme, then it's good, because sometimes people come to you and recognize you and say, yeah, I like what you do, or I follow what you do, right? So it's like a supportive message. Who doesn't like a message of support for like something he's doing, right? So I only had positive experiences with it. Like, as long as it doesn't get too extreme, right? I think it's good. A good thing.
You guys were quite young. Anytime you stopped, you had to stay there for like 20 minutes to sign autographs. Do you think that's part of life, or do you think that is maybe potentially damaging to people?
I'm not sure. Like, I don't know. I think when I first started competing, I was not 16. I was 19 or something, or almost 20. So I was not like a kid when I started competing, and I think like maturity-wise, I think I was pretty like, I was an adult already when I started competing. Like when I was confronted with these things, but I was still like an adult. Like I knew how to behave and like how to affront things and stuff like this.
Do you think that being sort of suddenly becoming well known, do you think that affected how well you play?
I mean, it definitely adds factors like more pressure. Just people expecting stuff from you, and knowing so many eyes actually look at you instead of just at the game, right? Because I mean, they know you, they know your face, your story now. They want to see you perform well, so I can see it adding a lot of pressure. Like it's a lot of pressure, so it really depends on the person, on how you handle it. I think it made me play better because it feels like I'm playing not only for myself but also for like people who expect results from me. I don't know, like I think it just adds pressure for me to do well. So I just try a bit better on being better, I guess.
If I asked you why do you do esports of all the things that one can do in life, what would you say?
For the competitive aspect, for sure. For me, it was football in the beginning. I really wanted to like get as good as I can, I guess, in football. But that was not too successful. I mean, I was good, but not good enough to like do anything, to get far with it. Not at all. And even though my motivation was high and stuff, like it just didn't work for me. While at the meantime, like while I was doing football and stuff, I was still like doing league and stuff and school, and it just went better with league. And yeah, so I finished my school, and then yeah, I have that competitive aspect in League of Legends as well. So I just went for the esports life.
Where do you see yourself in 3 years?
Wanna be chilling in my house.
Your
You
own
said
house?
after the season, right?
Your own house? Yeah.
Yeah, my own house, my own villa, and somewhere in a big city, which has like 2 million worth. After winning Worlds, that would be nice.
Okay. Where do you think you'll be in 2 years?
That's
Different question. Second question.
that's a better question. Where I think I'll be, I have no fucking idea. But I mean, I have my goals, right? I want to be in LEC. I want to do well in LEC. I want to be seen as a good player and like good to work with. And just in general, like good player and good person, and good to like just. I want to be a good example for players and.
Do you think that's important? Because you mentioned it a couple of times, like being a good role model.
Yeah, I think that's very important. Like as a kid, you're always gonna have like a role model or someone you want to follow, or like someone that like motivates you to be like them, and like gives you something like a red line to follow of like how to behave. Like you want to strive for something, right? And if you have a role model, it's way easier. And I just think everyone should be striving to be a good role model for people like that are like following the path, or like kids, or just in general. Just be a motivation for other people. Like be just someone people can identify themselves with. I'm Rosendo Fuentes Boveda, more known as Sendo, and I'm a professional League of Legends player for Excel.